Hello, this is Ron Danley again, and I'd like to add another layer in the process this week of tools, or the package of tools that I am giving you, suggesting to you, as ways through which you may very well find traction in accomplishing with your life what you want to accomplish, getting some more wins. I want to add another layer today to the idea of wins and recording those, setting end of week goals for what you want to be able to say at the end of the week that you can't say today, i.e. at the first of the week when you're planning, and then midweek review to make sure you're still on track during the week toward accomplishing those goals. Let's add another layer. I want to look at three concepts that are related to one another in kind of a cascading manner. In other words, one flows from and supports the other. The first layer or level is purpose. And in this brief video, we're going to kind of combine some terms. We're going to talk broadly. But for the Christian person, in general, your God-intended purpose is to further the kingdom in your life and then through your life in whatever sphere of influence you have. So we can look at kingdom purpose, we can look at your sense of what God has called or purposed you to do specifically in your life. We can look at purpose in terms of an overall dream or vision that you have. We can look at purpose in terms just of your responsibility in whatever your work role is, your responsibility in whatever your family role is, what have you. But at that level, responsibility, purpose, calling, dream, vision, that larger umbrella. And then, ideally, out of that flow your weekly goals. So, in order to do well this week at fulfilling my role as, or my purpose of seeking God's kingdom, or being a great family member, like in a responsible way, or what have you. Out of that, here's what I'd like to be able to say at the end of the week that I can't say today. So, out of the overall vision or purpose or dream or responsibility come your goals. Those goals should move you toward and support that overarching responsibility, role, purpose, vision. And then out of the goal, or in order to get to the goal, there is where your action steps or your tasks come in. So tasks should move toward goals, should support overarching responsibility, vision, or purpose. And so you can kind of check that way. What you may do is start the week with a sense of, here's my purpose, what would I like to be able to say, what are the tasks I need to do? And then you can back check it, as it were. Will these tasks move toward these goals, and are those goals in line with my purpose, responsibility, or calling? Now, that's not hard and fast. I mean, there are plenty of things I need to do every week. There are plenty of things you need to do every week that are your tasks. You need to do them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, every week. There are certain things you need to get done. Now, ideally, those support your goals and your vision. A couple of directions we could take with that is that you may have some goals that aren't part of your routine. Maybe some self-improvement goals, special projects, what have you. And so that's where you're going to really look at what tasks do I need to line out. But one of the things that happened to me this week is I lined out my tasks. And those tasks, I went ahead and lined out the tasks based on some broad goals and purpose, but really not coming out of my weekly goals. I lined them out because those are the things I need to do. And then I looked at more of my specific end of week goals and went back to the tasks and the time I had budgeted for them and I began to make some shifts. I began to ask, what do I really need to do this week? And what might I need to say no to? What might I need to cut back on or even eliminate this week in terms of my tasks? Because these end of week goals are really important things that I believe I need to see happen. And so there are the concepts: overall purpose or responsibility, weekly goals, tasks, and just some ideas about how those relate. See how that works for you. Start maybe giving a little more intentional thought to the interaction between the tasks you line out, whether or not they move you toward the goals, whether you need to add or subtract tasks to get you to those goals, and the extent to which those goals actually move you toward your overarching purpose, responsibility, or sense of vision. I believe this will be helpful to you. Try it out. See how it helps you. Massage it a bit if you need to, or as you need to. But let's keep taking steps that can move you toward traction and wins, so that you begin to be able to say on a more consistent basis, I had wins this week, and they were substantive, and those wins helped me fulfill my purpose, and they moved me toward and were part of completing or achieving those things that I said I wanted to be able to say at the end of the week, that flow out of my responsibility and sense of God's direction and call and scriptures as it speaks into my life. I want to see you succeed. Let's try that out. Take care for now.